Hello, dear creatives! Today we're talking about metaphors. What are they? How do we use them? And why do writers love them so much? At the end, you'll get a chance to create your own poem made entirely of, you guessed it, metaphors. A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two things by saying that one thing is another thing. Has anyone ever told you that your brain is a sponge? Don't worry, it probably isn't actually a sponge. An adult might use this metaphor to describe a child's brain because, just like sponges soak up water, your brain soaks up new knowledge. Metaphors are a creative tool used to bring something to life in our readers' minds in the most brilliantly vivid way. If I was describing Rapunzel with metaphors, I could write, her hair is a golden river flowing down from the turret. Her eyes are emeralds, sparkling in the sun. Her heart is an open book, waiting to be read by her prince. An important point to remember is that, unlike similes, metaphors never use like or as to compare two things. They always tell us something is another, very different thing. If a comparison uses like or as, for example, pizza is like a warm hug, that's a simile. A metaphor would simply say, pizza is a warm hug. It's a much stronger comparison. Here are some more examples. The stars were diamonds scattered across black velvet. Her smile was sunshine, lighting up the room. The puppy's coat is silk pressing against my cheek. His laughter was music, lifting up my soul. Metaphors fire up our imaginations and create magic in our minds. They help us to experience something on a deeper level. That's why authors and poets love them so much. If you're enjoying this episode so far, please click like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. It's time to put your new wisdom to use. I'm going to write a short poem about one of my favourite things using only metaphors, and then it will be your turn to give it a try. Don't worry, the poem doesn't need to rhyme. My starting point is this beautiful picture. Next, I'm going to pick out some of her standout features: eyes, ears, smile, paws, nose, and heart. What do each of these precious elements of a golden retriever remind me of? I can even use similes to plan my poem, as they can be easier to write. Her eyes are brown, like chocolate, and when I look inside them, I can see what a loving creature she is, as if they're windows into her soul. Her soft golden ears feel like silk, and they capture the sound around them, like seashells hold on to the sounds of the ocean. This wide, happy smile reminds me of summer, the happiest time of the year in my opinion. Her paws enable her to walk beside me all the time, as if she's my shadow. The wet black nose is mind-blowingly powerful. If it gets lost, a dog can use its nose to find its way home, as if it's reading a map. A golden retriever's pure, innocent heart is surely one of its most beautiful features. They're like angels in my eyes. So, let's transform these ideas into metaphors. Chocolate eyes are windows into her soul. Ears are silk seashells treasuring my voice. Silly smile is summer, glowing all year. Paws are my shadow, always right here. Wet nose is a map guiding her home. Her heart is an angel, bursting with love. I'll call it Golden Angel. Using metaphors to create a poem helps my reader to understand how my heart experiences golden retrievers. It's over to you now to have a go. Here are some pictures you might want to choose from for inspiration. Of course, you can choose anything you love to write your poem about: a person in your life, an animal, a toy, a place, or even food. When you've picked your subject, follow these steps to create your metaphor-packed poem. Number 1. List at least 4 things about your subject you want to describe. For example, eyes, ears, nose, and smile. Number 2. Think about what each of these things reminds you of. For example, eyes are like windows into their soul. And number 3, turn your similes into metaphors. For example, her eyes are windows into her soul. Most importantly, have fun creating your emotive metaphor poetry and let your imagination run wild. If you would like to download free resources to go with this lesson, follow the link in the description. Thank you for watching, creatives, and see you next time.